Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a whole video about all my recent favorites. This is not just beauty or makeup related stuff. This is just like across the board, things that I've been loving for the past couple of months, things that have made my life easier, things that I think are pretty. It's just a wide array of things. But I think that some of these things will be really interesting to you guys, hopefully all of them, but definitely some of the things. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I have no idea where I'm gonna start because this stuff is just like all over the place category-wise. So I guess I'll start with like clothing items that I've picked up that I really like. I guess first, because I think these are the things I've got the longest to go. I guess I'll start first with talking about my little fuzzy Steve Madden slides. So I used to like religiously wear UGG slippers. I didn't really wear UGG shoes, but I wore UGG slippers because being from Massachusetts, it gets very, very cold there and they have the fur on the inside and everything. But now that I live in North Carolina, 90% of the time it is like much too warm for that. Like that would just be a little too much other than like maybe 1 month out of the year. So I have found that these are kind of like a great slipper. They're also really good for traveling. They're just comfy. Like they're good for running errands, that kind of thing. I got them in black because I thought that they would just like match the most stuff that way, like leggings and casual things that I wear quite often. So yeah, so these are really great. I had originally ordered the children's size or the girls size from Nordstrom because my feet are so small, I can usually get away with doing that. So if you are one of those people and you're interested in these, one piece of advice that I would tell you is if you have wide feet, be a little careful doing that. I ended up having to return them and get the women's size that was technically the exact same size. They were just wider because I guess my feet are wide, which I didn't really know, but yeah, I guess they are. Also, if you hear like scampering and like breathy noises from over here, that's my freaking dogs. They're just like losing their shit because I'm set up in the living room. But yeah, so I always have to steal the attention. Jeez. All right, so anyway, moving on, I'm going to talk about this pair of jeans from Topshop that I was eyeing for like a hot minute before I decided to pull the trigger. And the thing I was the most nervous about is being so petite. They had them in petite after I purchased these. So I would have gotten them in petite originally had I noticed it, but I didn't, and it ended up being okay. These, I believe, they're marked like on the website as like, you know, 25 by 30, 26 by 30, whatever your waist size by 30. Man, really? Stop. Please stop. And so I was a little nervous about that because like I need like a 25, 26 inseam because I'm so freaking short. But when I got them, they fit perfectly. So I think it might be more like a 28 inseam, which I guess I could get away with. But anyway, this is what they look like. They are high-waisted. They're like a dark denim, but they're very stretchy. And they have this amazing embroidery on the side. Like, look here. Let me open them up a little bit so I can show you guys. They're just so cool. I'm obsessed with them. And they're like the comfiest, most well-fitting jeans that I own. And it's so funny because I was so wary of them when I ordered. I was like, I bet I'm gonna have to send these back. They're not gonna work, blah, blah, blah. They did. So it was a really pleasant surprise, but this is another detail embroidered on the side. It goes all the way down the leg on one side and halfway down on the other. Try to open this up. It's so cool. It has like a hummingbird on it and stuff. Like, oh, they're so pretty. And they have rips in the knees, and the rips in the knees actually hit my knees. Usually they're like way below my knee, and it looks ridiculous. They are also ankle grazer, so they're not meant to be long, and even being petite and not getting the petite sizing, just getting the regular sizing, they still were ankle grazers on me. It was like a miracle. These jeans were a miracle for me because I was so obsessed with them, and they ended up working out really, really well. So if you're petite, I honestly, does it say what the name of these are on here? Oh, they're the Jamie jeans. They are the Jamie jeans, but they're just the like specialty embroidered Jamie jeans that they have right now. So if you're petite and you're looking for a pair of embroidered jeans that are like nice and that you like and that are like really cool and pretty and well done, but you're worried and about buying regular sizing or anything, don't worry about that style with Topshop. Like that's your answer right there if you are looking for something like that. So I'm going to be wearing those constantly, I'm sure. We're going to be going back to Massachusetts in next week actually, and if the weather is cool enough at night, I'll probably be wearing those a lot. So, okay, so the next item of clothing that I got that I'm like super, super pumped about was I got this at Urban Outfitters like on the sale rack in the back, and I think it said that it was originally like $160 or some shit like that, and I got it for like 30, which was like crazy. But it's this like super awesome track jacket. It's like velour or crushed velvet or something, but it's like a cream color, and it has this super cool mermaid embroidery on the back. So, I mean, I'm assuming I got it on sale because it's a little like out of season. I got it like in the beginning of spring, and here there really isn't much spring. It just kind of gets hot. So yeah, this is super cute, really, really cozy. It's by a company called Silence and Noise, and of course the only single one on the entire shelf that existed there at this price point was a small. So it worked out really, really well, but it's super, super cute. It also has this little, has this also super cute little detail in the front too. So I really, really love this. This was an absolute freaking steal. So lastly, as far as clothing items go, the last thing I wanted to talk about is actually what I'm wearing right now. Oh my gosh, I am so obsessed with this. This was like a bit of a gamble because I ordered it off that Zaful website. Zaful, I don't know how the hell you freaking pronounce it. People say it differently on YouTube or whatever, but it's a website. I think it all comes from China, and like the stuff is very inexpensive, but it's either really good or like really shitty, honestly. So you kind of are taking a gamble, but the stuff's like $15 for like a 2-piece set and stuff. So if it's not great, it doesn't like hurt super badly, and you could send it back, absolutely. It's just like, you know, you could. But so this 2-piece setup, again, was eyeing it for a really long time, and after reading some of the reviews, I was a little wary. It was very like hit or miss on the reviews, but it ended up like being so adorable when I got it. So I'll stand up and I'll show it to you guys, and tell me this isn't like the cutest little thing you've ever seen. So this is the top. It's super cute. It's like a little like, you know, crop top. It has this little frill on the bottom, and it kind of laces up in the front. You can leave it, you know, more open, more closed. I tend to leave it a little bit more closed. It's stretchy too in the back, so like if you have a bigger bust than me, you don't need to worry about that because it will stretch quite a bit. And then of course this you can, you know, change that around too. And then the shorts are like this. They're high-waisted. They're super, super, super cute. Like, I'm obsessed with this outfit. I can't wait to wear it back in Massachusetts. It's adorable. It looks like it cost a lot more than it did, honestly. It is a linen material, so, you know, it can wrinkle really easily. It came a little wrinkly and stuff, but that just kind of goes hand in hand with linen. I sort of feel like no matter how much you pay for a linen product, it's sort of always going to do that. So, yeah, so this is what that looks like. And again, this was a super, super hit for me. Like, yeah. So thank you, Zaful. You came through on this one. So let me zoom you guys back in. Oh, and by the way, if you guys like how my makeup looks right now, I did a tutorial for you guys. So I'll be editing that as soon as I can and posting it. So I suppose the next thing I will move on to will be makeup stuff. So I'll start with this. This just had come out right around the time that I left Clinique. It's the Moisture Surge Concentrate. And it is like a jelly, kind of like serum-y formula, but it's the Moisture Surge. So when I had gotten the chance to play with it a little bit before it launched at Clinique, I had noticed that as it's drying and even after it dries, it kind of leaves like a tackiness. And I thought to myself, like, wow, that would be super, super great as a makeup primer for somebody with oily skin, because Clinique didn't really have like any great primers for oily skin. So this is a super, super awesome primer for oily skin. Like, I highly, highly, highly recommend using this. I had gotten the little one because, again, I hadn't gotten the chance before I purchased it to try it as a primer, so I didn't want to buy like the big size for like $49 or $39 or whatever. But I got this little itty bitty one, and you need the smallest amount that I even think this is going to last me forever. And it's cool because now that we'll be traveling back to Massachusetts, it's going to be like a perfect travel size. So I really like this. It's just really, really great. It makes your skin feel really, really nice without feeling like slick and oily. So it's a great alternative for a great moisturizer for people with oily skin who don't want the extra oiliness of a true lotion. Next thing I would like to talk about, and I've used this in a couple tutorials so far, so I don't think this is going to be like a huge shocker to anybody, but the Urban Decay All-Nighter Foundation. I discovered this right when it came out when I was working at Clinique. I got a sample from the Urban Decay counter that was right next to us at Belk, and I fell in love with it. It's super, super high coverage, by far the best foundation I've ever used for like acne prone, scarred, oily skin. My husband's trying to get the dog in the room right now, and she knows what he's doing, so he's making her chase her. Aww. Isn't he so nice for doing that? Aww. What a guy. What a guy. Thanks, babe. Okay, so that foundation, again, like, if you have oily, acne-prone, scarred skin, it is so full coverage. It, like, sucks to your skin. They have a huge array of shades for every skin tone, everything, so you shouldn't have any problem with that. And I have heard a couple things, people saying that they felt like this oxidized on them, so of course, go to Sephora, go to a makeup counter, go to an Urban Decay counter if you can find one near you at a department store, and get a sample first, and try like playing around with the shades maybe before you purchase, so that you don't end up feeling like you wasted money on the wrong shade or end up having to return it or anything like that. So, excuse me. All right. Let's see what else I got here. I'm going to talk about this brush, this blending brush. Ooh, I saw some YouTubers talking about it, and I thought that with my super tiny eyes that it would be a really good brush to use to diffuse, like, in a very slight way without breaking it up too high, diffuse like the outer, the inner corner for a halo eye, like a halo smoky eye. Really just good for blending out the outer V, just for little areas that you need blended. It's kind of like a 217, but it's more round in shape, obviously a lot smaller and a lot less diffused, but it's perfect just to get right in there, especially for people with tiny eyes. I love this brush so much that I actually went and like picked one up for my sister because she had given me my first 217, so I kind of felt like she gave me my 217 and I gave her her 221. So again, this is the MAC 221 blending brush. One other thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm having a hard time, oh, here it is, it had fallen underneath some stuff, is I found my absolute perfect pinky nude lipstick. This is Cream Cut by MAC. Again, this is not like a new product. This is a very holy grail, like pinky nude for a lot of people, but it's just so beautiful with my skin tone. Like, I love this for just everyday wear to work because it's just very complimentary. I like it when I'm not tan, like now, but I like it even more when I'm tan. I just think that it's like super pretty. It's a cream sheen formula from MAC, so it definitely has that beautiful plump sheen to it. When I first really got into makeup, it was right around the time, like when I really got into it and started YouTube and stuff. It was around the time of the liquid lipstick, and again, it's not like that's not in still, it totally is. But I was all about liquid lipsticks. Like, if you look at my lipstick collection, it's 95% liquid lipsticks, and the rest is gloss and regular lipstick formulas because I just never even messed around with them very much until more recently when I started working at Clinique, because I couldn't wear other brands at the counter and they hadn't launched their liquid lipsticks yet, so I was sort of like forced into having to wear like regular lipstick. So I really started looking into other companies and stuff too when I realized that I liked it a lot more than I had remembered liking it in the past, just regular lipstick. And the MAC ones I think are my favorite. They just have the most array, I think, of colors and, you know, different formulas and stuff, but I really love this. I also recently got Koi Coral, which is like a little bit peachier, which I also love. I basically switch back and forth between those two, and I would show you a swatch of it, but I think it fell out of my purse somewhere. So, like, let's keep our fingers crossed that it's in my car, because I just got it, and I will be so sad if I have to, like, you know, if I have to just go get another one, even though I just bought it. So, but I love that too. So if you kind of have a similar skin tone to me and you want like a peachy, almost kind of like what I'm wearing now, this is a Clinique color, but it's very similar to that Koi Coral. The Koi Coral just stays better, honestly, than this Clinique color. But I couldn't use the Koi Coral today because, like I said, it was missing. So yeah, real bummer, really sucks. Lastly, in the makeup department, I want to talk about a makeup remover that I found. And if you are really into watching YouTube, beauty gurus, stuff like that, you're going to probably know about this already. This is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. It is a huge freaking container. It's 3.8 ounces. I think it's a little bit more pricey than their regular like makeup removers, but it's probably because it's going to last you like a hot minute. Like, you probably can't tell because it's all white and it's hard to see like the depth of it on camera, but like I haven't really dug that much into this, and I've been using it for like months now. But basically what you do is you just take like, you know, maybe a dime size, and it's I don't even know how to explain it. It's a balm. It is a balm. And when you start to kind of work it into your hands and you the warmth of your hands mixes with it, it kind of breaks it down into more of like a liquid, and you just rub it all over and then you rinse it off and it takes all your makeup off. The reason I really am into this is because I used to use a lot of harsh skincare, I guess you could say, because of my oily and acne prone skin. And I was finding that throwing like harsh makeup removers in before I even start my harsh skincare system, that it was just like sucking the shit out of my skin, just like killing it and leaving it lifeless. So I thought, like, where can I add an oil in that I don't think it's gonna like make me look more oily during the day? And that I kind of figured, like, let's try a makeup remover. And I have noticed a big difference. I think it's clearly so much better for my skin than using like a harsh makeup remover. So I really would try that and recommend that if you, you know, are kind of looking for something different and something very gentle to take your makeup off. So, and again, a Clinique is like no fragrance added, hypoallergenic, all that stuff. So you'll be good to go. When it comes to taking off mascara, all I do is kind of just like wiggle my lashes with the product on my hands, and it kind of just comes off. So it takes lash glue off, takes glitter, takes everything off, because oil will do that. Liquid lipsticks, that's the great thing about using oil-based products to remove makeup. So that is everything as far as makeup goes. So now, oh no, I'm sorry, I missed two things. For my birthday, my sister got me the Venus 1 and 2 palette. So the Venus original palette looks like this. It's freaking gorgeous. I've wanted it forever. I bought her this palette a couple years back as a present because, in total truthfulness, I wanted it super badly, and I was like, I gotta get her a gift. Like, I'm gonna get this for her and see what she thinks about it. So she really, really loved it. And I think she kind of could pick up on the fact that, like, I've always wanted it and just never splurged and got it. So when I opened up the gift, like the box that it came in, and I knew it was my gift, because like who the hell else will send me Lime Crime, but Kendra. I, you know, saw this sitting on top, and I was like, fuck yes, I finally got the Venus palette. And then I looked, and this one, the grunge palette, the second one was underneath, and I was like, girl, really? So this one is super, super cool too. Totally different vibe than the first one, but I have done a tutorial using a little bit of both of these. Especially this one, I think is you could just bring with you on a trip or something. It has a beautiful big mirror in it, really nice solid packaging. The colors are so buttery, they blend out like a dream. These are by far, I can confidently say, some of the best pigmented eyeshadows that I've ever got my hands on. So a huge thank you again to my sister, because that was very generous and very thoughtful, because I think, you know, she realized that I think I really wanted them, and she picked up on that, and that was really sweet. So lastly now, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about this Lush product called Cup O Coffee, and it's a face and body mask. This stuff is so delicious. It smells like Starbucks on crack. Like, if Starbucks could smell better than it does, it would be this. It's the most delicious smelling scrub. It smells like straight coffee. It's gritty. You put it on, it's just basically like a gritty exfoliating mask, and you can use it on your body as well. So if you're somebody that, you know, likes to self-tan and stuff like I do, you can use this on those areas of your body, like your elbows, your knees, shoulders, that kind of stuff that tend to kind of get dead skin and build up of that tanning product, and can kind of make it look gross if you don't exfoliate. So I just really wanted to throw this in there and talk about it, because I've never, ever, ever had a mask that I enjoyed this much. My skin, after I wash it off, really, you can tell like that caffeine does a lot for your skin, because it immediately feels like more lively and brighter and everything like that. So I really highly recommend this. And of course, Lush is a great, great company. They stand for wonderful things. I would support them any day of the week. Like, they are just a great company. So I know that when I buy something from them, my money is going to a good place. So yeah. I guess now this would be a good time to segue into hair products. I only have a couple to talk about, but I definitely wanted to include them in this video because they have really changed my hair game, to be totally frank. I think I may have talked in the past about how I really enjoy the Alterna Caviar line. So I like the Caviar line, and I like the Moisture Renewal line as well. I kind of like mix and match products from it. But this is part of the Caviar Anti-Aging line, and this is their Replenishing Moisture Milk Leave-In Conditioner. So I use the Alterna shampoo and conditioner in the shower, and then I get out and I will spray this all over my hair, mostly towards the center to the end. of the shafts, and I will kind of like run it through and then brush it. And I will either braid it and, you know, in two French braids and sleep with it like that, take it out, let it be curly, or I will just kind of let it air dry the way it is and then maybe curl it the next day. But this has made my hair so much more manageable on a day-to-day basis. Like, this is so key for me. The fact that I didn't used to use leave-in conditioners is like, well, duh, your hair was all effed up. Like, obviously, you know, you can't like mess around with it and do a bunch of crazy colors and like bleach it every freaking 2 months and not use leave-in conditioner and stuff like that. Like, duh. So yeah, this is really, really helpful. And believe it or not, like, you can buy it off of like, you know, a bunch of different websites. Sephora, maybe, I don't think Ulta carries it, but like Sephora, Nordstrom, I know they carry it. But I have found that Amazon has the cheapest prices for Alterna products. So just keep that in mind if you're looking to check it out. Like, I mean, like, products are like $10, $15 cheaper than they are from those other retailers on Amazon. And if you have Amazon Prime, you get free shipping in like 2 days. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So, oh, and the last thing for hair care that I wanted to talk about quickly is an absolute freaking game changer for this. Like, sponsor me, Ouai, sponsor me, because I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this freaking product. Like, I used to spend, my husband's in the other room, so like, I'm gonna say this really quietly. I used to spend ungodly amounts of money per month on freaking dry shampoo. So like, I use the I used to use the Living Proof, dry shampoo. And that shit was like $25 a bottle. And I would literally have to get a new one every 2 weeks. Like, for dry shampoo, like $50 a month at least for dry shampoo. That's freaking insane. So I was waiting for this to come out. This is the Ouai dry shampoo foam. I heard really good things. I saw a lot of YouTubers like kind of raving about this, and I thought that it was a very unique and interesting concept. So I said, hell, let's try this out. Like, what do I have to lose? So basically, you shake it up. It's a foam. It's kind of, packaging wise and the way it comes out and stuff, it seems like a mousse product, but it does not feel like a mousse. It's not tacky, it's not sticky, nothing like that. It's basically like a mousse powder that once it dries, it goes from being a mousse to a powder. It's very interesting. But the thing I love about this product is it does not leave any residue because it's a mousse, so it doesn't leave that like powdery product at all if you have like darker roots or anything. It doesn't, if you use it like 2 days in a row, if you're like me and only wash your hair a couple times a week, it doesn't start to like get gritty, and like if you move your hair out like this, it doesn't like stay like that. Like, when you use a lot of dry shampoo, it makes your roots like, it gives you a lot of texture obviously, but like sometimes it's almost like too dirty seeming to me. Like, it feels dirty, not looks dirty, but it'll like feel dirty to me. This, on the contrary, is a dry shampoo that sucks away my oil, but somehow at the same time makes like my root area that I put it on seem like more shiny and moisturized. Like, this adds like shine to my hair. And especially when you use it like multiple days in a row, it just, as you use it more, it just makes your hair like more and more soft and shiny. It's unbelievable. The other huge thing about this product that has been a lifesaver for me is that it's not like, I think it's around the same price as the Living Proof one, and I have had this bottle and there's still more than half of it in here for like weeks and weeks now. So, and I use it like every single day, almost. So that's saved me so much money. So I really cannot like say enough good things about this. The only thing I can say about this that's a negative, and it is kind of a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would knock 1 star off this product for that, for this. I mean, the packaging, they might want to work on the top of this because it clogs every 2 times I use it, like clockwork. So I'll use it, it'll work. I'll use it again the next day, it'll work. The next time I go to use it, I won't be able to get anything out of it. And I will have to take a pin, like a clothespin, and get in there and like move around and basically like push it down, see if it works. And do that whole process over and over again until I can get it to work. And then it will work another 2 days and then do it again. So it's fixable, and it doesn't make it so that it's useless or anything. It's just a pain in the ass, you know? So there is that. That's like the only thing I would say that's like negative about it. But the rest of it's so amazing that I don't even really give a shit about that much. Like, I will still continue to buy it over and over again because I don't care that much about that. So yeah, that is the Ouai dry shampoo foam. I am trying to get like my sister onto this. I'm trying to get people in my life onto this because I think that it is like an incredible product. So, oh, and side note, it smells really, really nice. Like it makes your hair smell really, really pretty. So yeah, so that's always a bonus. So now I guess I am going to jump into 2 home products that I have, which is again really random and weird. But yeah, I told you guys this was going to kind of be like a little all over the place. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a candle company that I discovered within the past couple of months. And I'm a big candle person, but I get really, really annoyed when I spend money on a candle and it smells beautiful in the jar and then I light it and it smells like nothing. Like that, that drives me so crazy. And I find that like Yankee Candle, for example, it's very hit or miss like that. Like their fresh cut roses, their Macintosh apples smell very strong, you know? But then like some of their other ones, like they have a lilac one that I tried and it smelled like nothing. And I was just like, really? Like they're kind of expensive for that, for it to be nothing. So I was at, where was I at? Marshall's. I was at Marshall's a couple weeks back, and I had found this company called DW Home, and they had a bunch of different candles there, and they were all like $6.99, and I opened up this one and smelt it, and it was like called Soothing or Calming Lavender, and it is very hard, in my opinion, to find products that are lavender scented that truly smell like what lavender smells like, and it's not like a fake lavender. And that candle truly smelled like real lavender, and it actually gave off that aroma into my home and burned for a really long time. And I mean, it was bigger than this candle is, like a good size bigger than that one, and that one was like $7.99. This size is $6.99. I just picked this up today because I finished the lavender one and I was like, I gotta go back and get some more of these because they're so inexpensive and they smell so amazing, and I really like to have candles burning. So this one is called Peony Petals. I really like flower scented candles, like rose, peony, lilac, lavender, that kind of stuff. I'm really, really into that. So again, that was $6.99. You can find that at Home Goods. They may even carry them at TJ Maxx because I think Marshalls and TJ Maxx are like the same company. So they might even carry them there. And they have like all different kinds too, like different lines of them. And so like this, for example, the Peony Petal one was part of their richly scented candle line. Whereas this one here, the coconut and papaya one I have, is part of their Vivid line. And I really wanted to show you guys the packaging for this one. This is what it looks like when you open it. I had it burning earlier behind me in a tutorial I was doing, but it's so super cute. It's white. I hope you guys can see it, but it has like gold, like unicorns and stars all over it that are like pressed into the glass with gold. It's so freaking cute. And it smells amazing. Like, again, it smells true to the scent that it claims to be. I lit it earlier and it made my whole place smell amazing. And the packaging for this, like, I feel like I want to keep this packaging. Like, I'm so corny, but I feel like I want to because it's so freaking cute. Again, it has, like, the unicorns all over it. And they're all, like, holographic and different. And the box shape is so super cute. But again, like, that was freaking $6.99. Like, come on. And it gives off such an amazing, strong smell. So, yeah. I love those candles. I really recommend trying them out. They have some really funky, cool smells too, like some really summery, like tropical coconut ones and stuff. So the next 2 things I want to talk about are super rando, like super rando. Like if you thought the candles were random, this shit's like way up left field. So I recently got a fire pit for my birthday. We really enjoy doing fires. It was something I really enjoyed growing up doing. There wasn't a whole hell of a lot to do where I grew up, and a lot of the kids, you know, they would kind of like party around fires and stuff. And so I've always just really enjoyed the ambiance. I find it very soothing, very calming and stuff like that. So we live super close to Sean's cousin and he has a little one. And so we share a backyard and we thought, hey, let's get a fire pit. So my dad, who's like super sweet and considerate when I was home last, had given me this little package, and it's called Funky Colored Flames. By a company called Windlow, I believe. And basically there comes like 3 in a package, and it's a powder. And when you light the fire outside, you pour one of the packs into the fire and it makes the flames like all different colors, like rainbow, and it lasts for up to 30 minutes. So it wasn't expensive. I think it was like $5, but I just thought that it was really, really cool and like really fun and interesting. So I just wanted to share it on here because I just think it's cool and cute. And I think little kids would really enjoy that. And people like me who are like children would enjoy it. So the last thing I want to talk about as far as like weird random things go is this doggy DNA test. I'm going to cover it up with my addresses on here, but it's from a company called Embark Vet, and it was my birthday gift from my mom in May. She got one for each of our dogs. Our dogs are rescues. We absolutely adore them, of course. But we've always been like super curious what they actually are. They were given or sold to us as chugs, which are Chihuahua pugs. One of them, you can tell, definitely is that, if not some other things, but clearly has pug in her. The other one, it's kind of hard to tell. So we're just super interested and super curious to find out the results of this, but it's just really, really neat for people who are just really curious about, things with their dogs. And it's also very helpful because it breaks down each chromosome and tells you, like, if your dog is more prone to, like, certain diseases or certain genetic things. And it breaks it down to such an extent that it'll tell you, like, May's fur, for example, like the color of it came from her maternal grandmother's whatever, like it breaks it down that much. So it really gives you an in-depth kind of picture of the doggy that you have, which I think is really cool and really fun, and I'm really super excited to get the results back. So it really was pretty simple. It's just a swab. We're struggling a little bit with BB with it, but May was very easy. You just kind of have to swab the inside of their mouth for a decent amount of time. I think it's like 30 seconds or something like that, just to get it saturated in their saliva, and then you send it in, and it's very, very simple. So so that's that with the doggy DNA kit. That's very interesting to me. I can't wait for that, like I said. And lastly, in this video, the last thing I want to talk about is a couple of jewelry items that I got. The first thing I want to talk about is the Nordstrom brand earrings. Nordstrom has like its own line of jewelry that they do that tends to be a little bit less expensive, but is still high quality products, and they look very authentic and very high quality. So I had gotten, I think they were the smallest ones that they had. I think they were like 1 millimeter. I forget exactly the measurement, but it was like they go in like 1, 2, 3, and obviously the bigger the size goes, the more the bigger the actual cubic zirconia in it is. But I have a ton of piercings in my ear, and I never, ever, ever wear earrings because I get so sensitive. Like, forget it. If I buy something that isn't like nice, I'm not even gonna be able to use it, so it's pointless. So I was like not wearing earrings for years and years and years. And I finally decided to try these out because I had seen some like fashion bloggers and stuff talk about them, and some of the reviews said that they didn't bother the girls' ears who had left the review. So these are the smallest size ones that they have. They are round, and they are a rose gold metal. And I just want to show you guys these. They're nothing like incredibly special. It's just that I know a lot of people suffer from super sensitive ears. So I'm going to come up and I'm just going to show you guys these here. Hopefully my camera will, maybe if I get out of frame, my camera will focus on them. So they're really, really pretty. Very simple, very small. But again, they just don't bother my ears at all. And they are just a perfect size little stud right for this bottom hole. So that is all I have from the Nordstrom jewelry, but the last brand jewelry-wise that I wanted to talk about was this brand called, it's either Nadri or Nadri. I want to say it's Nadri. Like, if I had to guess, I would think it would be that. That kind of makes more sense. But it's a company that I had stumbled upon, and I just thought their stuff was really beautiful, and I've gotten a few pieces from them, so I just wanted to share that with you guys because, again, I love them. This is how the company name is spelled. This is the box that I believe this necklace came in that I will show you guys. I was searching for like the perfect choker to go with my nameplate necklace, and this is one of their pieces. It has quite a decent extender in the back too, so that you can adjust it, and you can even wear it like a little bit longer, which I do sometimes when I'm at work. But it has these, it's a rose gold, and it has these beautiful crystals all around it. So I absolutely love this piece. And then the second piece I got from them are these beautiful ear crawlers. They are only a one-hole earring down here, so you can move them. But I absolutely adore these. I just thought they were really unique and super beautiful. So this is what these look like. And I absolutely love them. So I'm really, really highly recommend getting some pieces from this brand. They are super unique, and their stuff is really high quality, really beautiful. Again, the earrings don't bother my ears at all. I think pricing wise, they run a little bit more expensive than like the Nordstrom brand jewelry, for example. I want to say these were maybe like 30, 40, and I think this maybe was like 50. But you know, really not crazy for like decent quality jewelry that will last a while. You don't want your stuff to like turn and stuff, and like make your skin green and all of that if it's a piece that you plan to wear a lot. If it's like a costume jewelry piece that you are going to wear like once or twice, that's something else, but I plan on wearing this quite a bit, and I do. So yeah, so as far as everything goes, that was it. I say that was it as if it was like a short video, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about any of the things that I spoke about in this video, curious about sizing, where I got them, if I forgot to mention anything, which I'm sure I did because I talked about a ton of shit, just ask me down in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.